Hello, everybody. Welcome to today's comprehensive lecture on ideologies and intro to political science. Throughout this session, we will explore the fundamental concepts of ideologies, their historical evolution, major frameworks, and their significant impacts on politics and governance worldwide. Let's just go into the main question. What are ideologies? This word and this term can be used in various of different ways and methods, specifically in different majors and topics, but specifically in political science. Ideologies are fundamental beliefs about the proper role of government, society, and individuals. They provide frameworks for understanding political issues, organizing political beliefs, and guiding policy decisions. Essentially, ideologies shape how individuals and groups perceive the world and advocate for specific political action. So what is the importance of studying ideologies? How does this relate? What does this have to do with politics today? Understanding ideologies is crucial for several reasons. Let's start off with political diversity. Ideologies help us comprehend the diversity of political thought within societies and across cultures, just as the explanation of political behavior explains why different individuals and groups hold distinct political views and how these views influence our actions and decisions. Now we are going to go into the impact on governance. Ideologies play a significant role in shaping public policies, political movements, and governance structures. They guide decisions on economic policy, social welfare, and international relations. Which is now going to lead us into one of the main topics, being historical context of ideologies. Throughout this part of the lecture, we are going to more see how kind of different eras and revolutions and times have changed and how ideologies have evolved over centuries in response to these political changes and as well as social and economic. So let's start off with Enlightenment and liberalism. The Enlightenment era gave rise to liberalism, emphasizing individual liberty, equality, and limited government intervention, such as John Locke and Adam Smith laid the groundwork for ideas of civil rights, free markets, and the rule of law, which a lot of people, I myself, kind of think it's quite interesting of the similarity between liberalism and conservatism, even though it's completely different, but both agreeing with free market, which now is going to lead us into conservatism. Emerging as a reaction to the French Revolution, conservatism sought to preserve traditional institutions, values, and social hierarchy, such as Edmund Burke advocated for stability, gradual change, and respect for established norms. Now we are going to lead into socialism and industrialization. The Industrial Revolution spurred the development of socialism, which critiqued capitalism and exploitation, as well as advocating for social ownership of the means of production. Such as Karl Marx and Friedrich Engels both promoted ideas of economic equality, social justice, and class struggle, which we definitely see in the Communist Manifesto and other books and writings by the both of them, either together or by themselves. Which now we are going to move on to anarchism, which emerged as a radical critique of both capitalism and state authority, advocating for voluntary cooperation, decentralization, and individual autonomy. Emma Goldman is a great example of this, such as many others, though these leaders promoted visions of a stateless society based on mutual aid and solidarity. Now we're going to move on to ideological frameworks, which can go a lot deeper, though for the sake of time, I'm going to kind of shorten it out and make it brief. So let's start with liberalism. Liberalism emphasized individual freedom, civil rights, democracy, and free market economics, which supported limited government intervention in personal and economic affairs to promote individual autonomy and opportunity. Variants include classical liberalism, which prioritizes economic freedom, and modern liberalism, which emphasizes social justice and government intervention to address inequality. Next, we're going to lean into conservatism, which values tradition, stability, and continuity. It seeks to preserve established institutions, customs, and social hierarchy as sources of order and identity. Conservative ideologies often advocate for free markets, individual responsibility, and a strong national defense, which we still see to this day quite a lot in America. And now we're going to go into the complete opposite, being socialism. Socialism advocates for social ownership of the means of production, distribution, and exchange. It aims to eliminate class distinction and promote economic equality through collective ownership and democratic control. Variants range from democratic socialism, which seeks to reform capitalist systems through social policies, to revolutionary socialism, which aims for the overthrow of capitalism and establishment of a socialist society as a whole. And lastly, anarchism. Anarchism opposes hierarchical structures such as the state and capitalism, as it advocates for voluntary cooperation, mutual aid, and decentralized decision making among autonomous individuals and communities, as we noted earlier. Anarchist ideologies vary from individualist anarchism, which prioritizes personal autonomy and voluntary associations, to collectivist anarchism, which emphasizes communal ownership and solidarity, which is a little bit different from socialism, though you can kind of make a connection in a sense if you're just putting it all together because of, ownership, even though it's different. You can kind of put it together as we put liberalism and conservatism together in a sense. Yeah. Now we are going to go over the last topic, being application and impact. We have 3 main ideas to go over. So let's start off with policy debates. Ideology shaped debates on public policies such as healthcare, education, taxation, and environmental regulation. As political parties and movements, ideologies influence the formation and platforms of political parties and social movements. And lastly, political polarization, which leads into understanding ideological differences and helping explain political polarization within societies and the dynamics of coalition building in democratic systems. We can all kind of know that though we don't exactly see political ideologies live up to, I guess, its expectation or what it was once written to be, in current times, we can definitely say we have been seeing a lot of policy debate, political party and movements, and political polarization kind of live throughout social media. Maybe not as much as it used to be before these times. It was definitely alive, and I feel like we can definitely know how to this day there's a lot of debate on public policy, such as abortion. Roe versus Wade is one that we can really know, and it's quite interesting to see how, as far as we have gotten as a society, there's definitely a lot further where we can be. So, in conclusion, ideologies are foundational to political science, providing frameworks for understanding political beliefs, actions, and policies. By studying ideologies, we gain insights into the motivations behind political actions and the historical context in which they arise. This lecture, I have provided an overview of major ideological frameworks and their impacts on politics and governance worldwide. So, thank you for participating in this comprehensive lecture on ideologies in political science. If you have any questions or would like to further clarification on any topic covered, please feel free to ask. Thank you.